Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry, episode 5. So last time, the people of Rokinjima, they were talking about the succession ride, the witch's epitaph. Erika brought that up and everyone got curious. So in today's episode, or today's video, I think we're gonna solve it with Erika, with Burn Castle, with Lambda Delta. Let's see. So let's continue. When I looked, I saw that the two witches and I had been thrown into a pitch black universe. In this space, every direction was covered in an endless darkness and it felt like a limitless expanse filled with countless glittering objects. Some people might have likened it to the depths of an ocean, where innumerable sparkling fragments drifted.
Yona と言ったのに。重力の概念が欲しいなら自分で生み出しなさい。ほら、落ち着いて私たちを見て。ほら、私たちは平気そうにしてるでしょ。足元に大地があって重力に支配されていると信じなさい。そうすれば安定できるから。
Yes, the two witches are standing normally as if their feet were planted on transparent piece of glasses. I am the only one floating about like someone in a rapidly plummeting elevator. When I saw that they were doing just fine, I started calming down, figuring that there was no need to be scared. Then, just as Lambda Delta said, I gritted my teeth and kept telling myself that there was a place to stand here and that I had to stay calm.
Oh, 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 oh. お上手お上手。あんたの名前は？
後ろ宮バトラ。他の誰に見えるよ。
What is this?
オッケー。自分の意志、感情、姿や形を決して喪失してはダメよ。ここは海なんだからね。意味を喪失すれば永遠の深淵に落ちて海の藻屑よ。気をつけなさい。
I don't get what Lambda Delta is saying, but I should calm down for the time being. It seems that I regain my equilibrium the more I calm down. Gradually, the weird floating feeling like I was falling forever began to disappear. I still felt strange. I liked trying to stand up straight at the bottom of a deep pool, but it was much better than before. Okay. I actually thought it crashed or something because it suddenly just stopped and it was silent. Okay, here we go. What are they gonna show us? Burn Castle opened both of her hands. Then, like a planetarium, all of the fragments through this empty space began to spin, leaving tails behind them. The expression planetarium might have been surprisingly fitting. Multiple fragments were tied together by gold lines, and what looked like constellations zoomed by us rapidly one after another. It almost felt as though we were dashing through the space at an incredible speed. Then, with the tails of light drifting behind them, several brightly glowing fragments swirled around Burn Castle. It looked almost like she'd created her own solar system with her as the sun. The solar system surrounding Burn Castle grew to a radius large enough to swallow us up. And every once in a while, one of those satellite fragments zoomed right past me. This is what is this? Second game, first game, fourth game? When those fragments passed by me, it felt as though some kind of memory welled up inside me. So I sensed it. These fragments are probably like a crystallization of memories.
記憶じゃないわ。世界のかけらよ。
They're the fragments of the world.
まあ、あんたには記憶のように感じられるだろうけどね。 では始めるわ。まずはこのかけらから。
One of the satellites in the solar system was slowly sucked into an inward trajectory with Burnt Castle at the center. After growing a spiral and approaching her, it settled down on the palm of Burnt Castle's outstretched hand. Then it glittered brightly, painting over the world with pure white. Okay.
懐かしき故郷は私たちの想像をきっと裏切らないわ。
The beloved hometown.
お父様が唯一懐かしむ過去は少年時代だけだもの。
覚えてるぜ。これは第3のゲームでエヴァおばさんが碑文の謎を解く直前にしていた自分の中の魔女とやらとの考察だ。
But the thing is, when they did a third game there, when Ava was solving it, yeah, they showed us that Ava solved it, right? She also said the key was a 6-letter word, but they didn't say what it was. Are they gonna say it now?
そうよ。そしてこの考察から彼女は正解を紡ぎ出した。
Yeah, and how did she find the key in the first place? They didn't even mention that.
つまり正解へ至る重要なヒントを示すかけらということ。つまりこの推理は間違っていないということなのよ。
This here is not mistaken, meaning this is correct. Yes, the one they showed in the third episode was correct. It was just, yeah, they just didn't tell us technically.
つまり懐かしき故郷とやらば何かの比喩でも何でもなく、そのままじいさまが少年時代を過ごした故郷と読み取っていいと。
そういうこと。そして少なくともそれは小田原ではないわ。
Yeah, it's not Odawara. Whenever Odawara gets mentioned, they pretty much say that it's not that. The adults, right? In the third episode. I don't know who mentioned that, but instantly it got like shut down when they said that. They said it's probably not that.
生まれは確かに小田原だけど、お父様が懐かしむ故郷は多分小田原のことじゃないわ。それについては多分兄弟たちは全員同じ場所で認識してるわね。
そうね、多分小田原じゃないわね。聞いた話ではとても楽しい少年時代だったそうよ。
From what I've heard, he had a very fun time as a youth.
そうだな。エヴァおばさんたち兄弟は小田原であることを否定していた。いや、それどころかみんなはじいさまの故郷がどこか察しているようだった。
そう。そして意地悪なことにそれがどこなのかはどのかけらでも語っていない。
True, it's annoying. It was never mentioned. I guess you could say maybe they gave us hints because of the what was it again? Sweet Fish River? Freshwater River? Something like that. It was just a hint, so probably close to those kind of rivers. But there's a lot of them though. How can you even pinpoint which one?
そりゃそうでしょう。それを教えてあげちゃったらヒントが過ぎちゃうわ。難易度の高い謎でなきゃ意味がないんだから。
If it wasn't a hard riddle, there'd be no point to it.
あらいけない。これもヒントになっちゃうわね。
So it's pointing into something. Is that a hint?
一体じいさまの故郷というのはどこだったんだ。
So some place where he grew up, but where?
それがわからなくちゃ始まらない。
始まらないから思考を停止したわけ？住み得た場所である以上、それは有限の範囲内だわ。まあ、ここが一番辛いところなんだけれど。
I mean, it really is because it is the start. If you cannot even get this first part here, then obviously all of the other stuff would just be nothing.
お前は確か解ける謎である限り絶対に解ける魔女だったな。つまりお前はその有限の範囲内、つまり地球上の全てからじいさまの住んでそうな土地を全て想定して考えたのか。
そうしてもいいけれど、それじゃあ時間がいくらあっても足りないわ。だからさらにヒントを加味して答えを絞る必要があった。自分で言ったじゃない。水の流れる川かどうかわからないって。
But I think that is a hint though. But let's say it's not technically it, but I think it is a hint. Like it's probably near something like that, near a river.
あゆという言葉がそんなにもややこしいなら忘れてしまえば。川で考えるの。川で。家系図という連想は悪くないわ。その要領で川から連想するものを他にも考えてみて。
I don't understand.
故郷を貫くアユの川。しかしその川は本当の意味での川ではない。
So maybe it's okay, so maybe let's put it this way. It is not a river technically, more of a, let's say, something that passes through his hometown. Is that it? Like maybe a road or something?
エヴァは川から連想できる他のものを考えたわ。
Not technically a river, but it kind of is like a river because a river, right, is a, yeah, you could say that.
そうだな。しかし川じゃないならアユって何なんだ？
Yeah, but why sweet fish then?
考えなさい。故郷を貫く川。でも水の流れる川じゃないわ。川のようにも例えられるもの。
So I mean, yeah, maybe a road or something, a road or what else?
懐かしき故郷を貫くアユの川。エヴァは故郷がどこか分かってたからアユというヒントを切り捨てて考えたけど。
Ava knew where the hometown was. The problem is we don't know the hometown. That is the hardest part. What is the hometown?
故郷を知らない私たちにはヒントになりうるかもしれないわ。
It is a hint, but yeah, there are a lot of roads let's say in Japan itself. Like, there's a lot of roads. So how? We need to minimize it, right? We need to minimize the
アユの
space.
川に悩みすぎたわ。アユなんて大した意味ないじゃない。
そんなことないわよ。立派なヒントだったじゃない。まあ確かにアユである必要はなかったかもね。
I actually didn't look at this part. Yeah, when I was making my other video, I only checked when they were talking with each other. I actually forgot about this side. Yeah, when Ava and Rosa were talking here. I should have checked this back then,
ア
yeah.
ユって何なんだ？川が言葉通りの川でない以上、アユだってもちろん泳ぐ魚を意味したりはしないはずだ。
そうね。その上ローザに至ってはアユに大した意味はないとまで言い捨ててるわ。その一方でエヴァはアユである必要はないが立派なヒントだったとも言っている。つまりアユは何かを想起させる鍵だということ。その何かが他の単語であっても想起できるならエヴァの言うアユである必要はないがという言葉につながってくる。
From these thoughts, Aunt Ava formed some theory. Went to the library, looked through some books, and verified that she was right. In short, Aunt Ava formed some theory about the true nature of this Sweet Fish River running through a hometown. Then she opened a certain book to determine whether that theory was correct or not. In other words, this theory was something that could be verified through some kind of book. What book was that though? Also, after she figured out what the Sweet Fish River was, she figured out the rest of the riddle very quickly.
良い思考よ。碑文は川を下ればやがて里ありと続く。エヴァはその時点ではそこから始まる産業の謎を解けてはいなかった。
里って何？里ってどういう意味？この川を下ると里なんてあるの？
Right before my eyes, the pieces that I hadn't been able to understand at all began to snap into place all by themselves. I couldn't even remember to close my open mouth. My throat grew completely dry. Is it really okay for this to be the answer? Really? Really?
つまり故郷を貫く鮎の川が分かれば自動的に川を下れば里あり云々が分かって黄金鏡の鍵が手に入るってわけだ。
そういうことよ。エヴァもその書物を読んで確かめるまでは川を下った里のことは分からなかったみたいだし。
Ava didn't know what the village meant until she checked the book.
くそ、その書物って何なんだ。
Honestly, I think that this is unsolvable. I think this is solvable for sure. Yes, did I even say that back then? But yeah, I think it's unsolvable. It's solvable, but you need to like do research, I guess, in different areas, and then you can solve it. Even if, for example, they're not showing this to us right now, this could have been solved by the question arcs, but you need a lot of knowledge. Yeah, knowledge, I guess, in different languages, because they kept showing symbols, right? Kanji, was it kanji? Or yeah, I think it was kanji. So you would need a lot of those different stuff. You have knowledge for those different stuff to solve this. It's not just like you found a book and you can get it.
でもこれは全然6文字じゃないわ。これが答えに間違いないって断言できるけど、これは全然6文字に満たない。
This isn't 6 characters at all. I'm absolutely sure that this answer, but this doesn't reach 6 characters.
また思考停止？ならそれを6文字で読める方法を考えなさい。思いつかないなら調べなさい。きっと答えはある。それを疑ってはダメ。それが信じられないならとっとと泣き寝入りでもしてへそでもかんで死んじゃえば。
1、2、3、4、5、6文字。見つけた。
6 characters, so that is the key, yes.
これが黄金鏡への鍵。
そしてエヴァは黄金鏡への鍵を見つけたわ。
ああ、そしてその鍵というのは6文字の何か、言葉か数字か文字列なんだ。
そういうこと。鍵の正体が6つの文字だと分かれば第一の番の意味がだいぶ分かってくる。
第一の番に鍵の選び師6人を生贄に捧げよう。
Yeah, this I got though back then. I quite understood that because the characters, like Kyrie even said this, right? What if it was not kill but like remove, right? The problem is just the key, man. Honestly, I wanted to solve this, but if you want to solve this, as I said, you need to like actually research it. For example, research areas. I think, let's say in Google, right? You cannot solve it just by looking in the novel or the visual novel itself. Like if you don't try and search outside, you cannot find the answer. But what I want is to actually solve it, but it is said in the visual novel. But yeah, there's nothing here. Where are you gonna find it, right? They don't even say what is the hometown and all. So that's, yeah.
鍵の選び師6人。6文字。
In other words, it means to sacrifice the 6 characters chosen by the key on the first twilight. Yeah, Kirie said this remove. What about
この鍵
remove?
がある特定の6人を指し示す。いいえ、ある特定の6つを指し示すというべきね。もしこれが文字通りに生贄を捧げろという意味でないならば、例えばアナグラムかもしれないわ。
アナグラム？文字遊びのことかね。
Yes, Kirie-san has been thinking that way ever since that moment.
第二の番に残されし者はとある。ということは少なくともその何かは有限の文字数なのよ。そこから6文字を抜いて残った文字で話を進めろと読み解けるわ。
つまり第一の番に6文字以上の文字列から鍵である6文字を殺し、残った文字でどうにかしろという意味なんだ。
そういうこと。ただ当時の切り絵も言ってる。ならば何から6文字を殺せばいいのか、その殺す大元の文字列がわからない。
On the first twilight, kill the 6 characters that are the key. On the first
つ
twilight.
まり第一の番という時点でもう何かの文字列が存在するということなのか。しかし第一の番じゃ4文字しかない。他の読み方か。
English.
じいさま風に英語で読むなら第一の番ってなんだ。
No, only 6. What are you saying more than 6 characters?
ファーストナイトか。
The Japanese phrase is just 4. What? What is this guy saying?
ぐーっとバトラさんのその考え、なかなかです。鍵の選び師6人の生贄を6文字の文字列と読み解く。
Yes.
柔軟な発想だと思います。鍵が鍵の形状をしたものとは限りませんから。
アナグラムの可能性は私も考えてたの。
そういや、以前そんなことを言ってたな。しかしだとしたら何から6文字を抜くんだ？
そうね。6文字も抜く以上、それ以上の文字数だわ。第一の番を6文字以上にどう読み解けばいいのかしら。
In some way that gives it more than 6 characters. What?
お父様のセンスならやっぱり英語なのかしら。
行き詰まるようなら先に第2の番に進みヒントを探してみましょう。残されし者は寄り添う2人を引き裂け。残されし者は6文字を抜いた後に残った文字だと考えてよいでしょう。
Okay.
となると寄り添う2文字とはどういう意味になるんだろうね。
そうか。わかったぜ。つまりはこういうことだ。
For example, let's take the following list of 9 characters. Okay, 1 to 9. And then let's say the 6 characters offered as sacrifices are 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you remove that. In this case, we remove the aforementioned 6 characters from that and get 2, 4, and 5, the remaining ones, okay? So pretty much what I did.
2と4と5が残るな。
Yes?
それでどうなるってんだ？
あ、4と5寄り添ってる。
そうか、わかったで。つまり寄り添いし2人っちゅうんは。
So you're gonna separate them.
そうさ。2と4は間が空いているが、4と5は隣り合っている。寄り添いし2人だ。
グッと。お見事です、バトラさん。引き裂くという意味が4と5も潰せという意味なのか、4と5の間を開けと言っているのかは分かりかねますが、その着眼は良いと思います。
なら第3の番の残されし者は誉れ高き我が名を称えよってのは何だと思う？
For me, those who remain shall praise my noble name. Yeah, for me, this means that you got the answer and then you pretty much just... That is the answer, technically, yes.
文字遊びである可能性が高い以上、それもまた言葉遊びの可能性があります。残された文字は誉れ高き我が名を称えよ。
難しいね。どういう意味だろう。
どなたかわかる方は？私は多分わかっ。
何よ、教えなさいよ。
これもアナグラムか。
またしてもグッド。バトラさんはなかなか発想が柔軟です。
アナグラムって文字遊びって意味だよね。ということは、
つまり残った文字を入れ替えると何かの単語ができるという意味じゃないかしら。
I mean, that is obvious. Of course, if you remove, like the set letters, for example, my door was quadrillion, right? If you remove 6 characters from that, it's not gonna be instantly that. Yes, you gotta arrange them to actually get a word out of it.
だな。とすると、ちょいと勇み足な仮説だが。
Yeah, why are you not even mentioning quadrillion though? It got mentioned a couple times in the question arcs, even when NJ said it, so it's probably something. Yeah, I think that was the door, right?
俺は第一の番に間引く大元の文字数は11文字じゃないかと想定する。
Maybe the original list of characters as the first Twilight to remove from is 11 characters long. Okay, so let me write this and let me count this. Quadrillion. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Okay, so it's actually 11. Okay. So if you didn't actually find quadrillion back then, now you would know, right? It is quadrillion. That is the door, I mean.
またしてもお見事。
Yes.
私も同じ見解でした。
どうしてよ。どうして11文字なんて言えるんや。
生贄を一人殺すというのは文字を一文字潰すことを意味すると思われます。第2の番の引き下げをとりあえず2文字の間を開けという意味で解釈した場合なら11文字。この引き下げが2文字を潰せという意味なら13文字になると想定されます。
What? Means to crush those 2 characters, then we can assume that there are 13 characters.
なぜなら
Why am I
その
wrong?
後の第4の番から第8の番にかけて5回殺せという記述が出るからです。そしてその次の第9の番で誰も生き残れないと書かれています。
魔女が蘇るって部分をとりあえず無視するなら、これは第一の番に6文字潰し、寄り添った文字を割いて、さらにぴったり文字がなくなるという意味ではないかと考えたんだ。
Okay, so meaning that you've used all the characters. That's why everyone is gone. So that makes 6 plus 5 or 11 characters. If tearing apart the 2 who are closing the second Twilight means you kill both of them, then make 6 plus 2 plus 5 or 13 characters. There's a chance the world symbolizing the first Twilight is 11 or 13 characters. Wait, it couldn't be that easy, could it?
実にお見事です。私とまさに同じ推理。バトラさんもどうやら私と同じ灰色の脳細胞に恵まれているようですね。
よせやい。適当だぜ、適当。
13 characters now?
おいおい、なんだよこれ。駒の俺は随分と頭が切れるじゃねえか。おかげで俺の推理する出番がねえぜ。
ああ、ごめんなさい。バトラはこの時不在だったから、私の方で勝手に駒を操らせてもらったわ。
You weren't around at this point, so I just controlled your piece for you.
切れ
Okay.
者っぽくていいでしょ。
So technically it was Burnt Castle. She's the reason, that's why the butler in the game world can solve this.
あんたはベルにプレイヤーをしてもらった方が賢そうに見えるわ。プレイヤーは降りて駒に専念した方がよくない？
I joined in this game partway through well after the first murders occurred on October the 5th. That means the piece called me was controlled by the player Burnt Castle. So I guess that means it's possible for Burnt Castle's reasoning to be announced through my mouth. The game I'm watching now is nothing more than a replay of a part that's already ended. However, that's probably good enough for now. No, what? After all this, Burnt Castle Sama's going out of her way to solve the epitaph for me. I'll watch closely for now. Okay, let's watch. And I'll try to find out what that means, or what it means. Lambda Delta let it slip herself just a second ago.
そりゃそうでしょ。それを教えてあげちゃったらヒントが過ぎちゃうわ。難易度の高い謎でなきゃ意味がないんだから。あらいけない。これもヒントになっちゃうわね。
This theory about grandfather creating the epitaph in order to choose a successor isn't bad at all. Erica and Burnt Castle's logic is extremely reasonable, but that's only if we assume grandfather was the one to create it. I think grandfather created it though. But yeah, as I said in my theories, I think it is more on him finding Beatrice than having it for or looking for his successor. He was probably alive at the time the epitaph was displayed. It did say 1984, right? So he was still there. But of course, grandfather is already dead by 1986. And in the games up until now, Beatrice threatened us repeatedly with letters saying that the only way to survive was to solve the epitaph, and trying to force us to solve the riddle. In other words, it was Beatrice's intention, her hope, that we would try solving the riddle of the epitaph. The epitaph's so confusing that in most cases, their relatives never seriously tried solving it until the threatening letters started to arrive. That's why Beatrice fired the starting pistol that made us take a go at it. Sorry. Why is Beatrice carrying out grandfather's will after his death? Like the theory proposed in the first game, is Beatrice really grandfather's confidant, who's following his orders even after his death and trying to select the successor with the riddle of the epitaph in grandfather's stead? No, it means like, more or less, the culprit behind it just wanted this to continue. Just like how Ava continued in the third game, right? Like she solved it, but the ritual still continued at that time. Why? It's more or less she just wanted to kill people, I think. I don't know, we don't really have a true reasoning for this. But I just feel like, yeah, she just wanted to continue it. And when we finished episode 4, we had those words, right? The letters in red, that was like a credits, like saying try and stop me, all that stuff. So pretty much I think this person just wants someone to stop her, right, from doing whatever she's gonna do. And I think that's why this epitaph still continued afterwards, or on that day. The family alchemist she claimed to be in that letter. After grandfather's death, Beatrice managed the 10 tons of gold and took the title of alchemist. She was entrusted with the epitaph's riddle, and without ever embezzling the gold, she waited for a human fitting to be the successor to appear and solve it. And if that human didn't appear within a set time limit, would that be game over? Game over. Certainly Aunt Ava, who solved the riddle in the third game, became the only survivor and automatically the final head of the Oshiromiya family, inheriting everything. Up until now, no one has ever survived past October 5th except Aunt Ava, the one who solved the epitaph. True though, true. No one makes it to October the 6th. I mean, you could say they may make it, but when it's always at midnight, right? It's always like 11:30 past, and when it reaches midnight, the game ends. That was the only case where Beatrice let anyone survive. So meaning, yes, if my theory is correct that there are bombs in this place, running to Kuwadoran is the safest place because it doesn't reach that area. Let's say there was no bombs there, only in the mansion and maybe in the harbor, right? Yes. Is Beatrice's loyalty to grandfather the thing that drove her? Was she so loyal that she faithfully carried out some terrible order? So she wants someone to stop her before, let's say, midnight on October 5th. Midnight, technically. Yeah. To kill everyone if the epitaph wasn't solved. I must not stop thinking. Don't stop thinking. Don't just think of the riddle itself and think about why it's significant. Why is Beatrice telling us to solve the epitaph? Why is she making us solve such a confusing epitaph? If Beatrice makes us try and solve this epitaph, we have no real chance of solving. And by some lucky chance, a miracle occurs and someone is able to solve it. Miracle. What significance would that have to her? I don't know what such miracle would be worth to Beato. I mean, one of my theories back then is...
第一の番がわからねえ限り、これ以上はお手上げだな。
Yeah, my theories was one of, yeah, actually help the culprit to solve this, right? And let's say one of the servants, not technically helping her, but putting her in the right path until she solved it. And then she became the new head, the new Kinzo, right? We tried looking at it from several different angles, but in the end we got stuck there and made no further advances. So maybe we could say that, actually it's kind of hard to say, right? No, if, for example, in the real Rokunjima, did the adults, or yeah, did the kids, did they solve the actual epitaph? And then what happens after that? If they actually solved it, right? Why did everyone die still, except for Ava? We don't know. We don't know. Very sleepy. Marian let out an extra large yawn. This caused several people to yawn. Chain reaction. We've been using our heads so much that everyone had gotten a little sleepy. Jessica, who had been silent and irritated the whole time, quickly stood up.
私はマリアと一緒に上へ行ってるぜ。
Yeah, look at Jessica's voice. She's serious right now.
テレビでも見てる。
そうだね。僕も上がるよ。そうだ。みんなで上でトランプでもしようか。
But I don't think if, for example, what happened in Rokunjima itself, let's say they started fighting with each other. I think the kids are just casual, or just, what do you call this? They just got caught with this. I think it's the adults, right? Because like, look at this. They don't really care that much if it gets solved or not. It doesn't matter to them. So if the problems really did happen, and let's say yes, people started killing, it's probably like a combination of the adults and maybe the combination of the culprit as well. Yeah, and then all the other people, let's say like Genji, Nanjo, Kumasawa, the kids, they were just all caught up with what happened and they died as well. So you can feel like it's kind of sad, right? It's kind of sad. I want to know, man, what really happened here. I want to know quickly. When George proposed this, Maria completely forgot about that big yawn of hers and started jumping around, insisting that she wanted to play cards. According to the clock, it was already 10 o'clock at night. It was already about time you normally take a bath and get ready for sleep. Even the adults seemed pretty wary from traveling. We decided to continue this later and went our separate ways.
エリカちゃんも一緒にどう？トランプ。
トランプ
お気持ちだけで結構です。客人の分もわきまえず、ちょっと仕切りすぎました。今夜はおとなしく休もうと思います。
Wait, are we gonna stop now? Come on.
自分が遭難者であることをすっかり忘れていましたから。
So pretty much they just gave us some hints for this time. And it's not gonna be fully solved.
まったくだぜ。とても溺れてたとは思えない元気さだ。
若さね。でも楽しかったわ。あなたのおかげで推理が一層進んだ気がする。もし私が黄金を見つけたら100万円くらい分けてあげるわ。
Only a million? You greedy woman. Only 1 million yen. She gave you a lot of hints and you're gonna give her only 1 million.
せめて気前よく1億ぐらいドーンとは言えんのか。
True. Without her, you cannot even get that money.
結構です。私に興味があるのは謎解きだけですので。
The hell no, if I'm there. Yes, give me more.
それではこれで失礼します。
It would be nice to solve though. It would be nice to solve something like this.
おやすみなさい。
おやすみ。
あら、バトラ君は上に行かないの？
俺はちょっと面白くなっちまったんで、もう少しここで考えをまとめてみます。第一の番を示す文字列さえ分かれば、きっと一気に道は開けると思うんすけどね。
So technically you need the 2 words. You need the door and the key. So for us, I just got quadrillion because it got mentioned, right? It got mentioned by Angie and then it was hinted by George, I guess. When it was the second episode, it was hinted there. By Butler as well. Yeah, Butler was there, right? A probability of a quadrillion to 1. So that's the word, right? Quadrillion. And then, yeah. But for here, if you're here, like, thinking of it, even the word for the door is gonna be hard. Yes. We just got it. We just got a hint, that's why. Everyone went up to the second floor one by one. Only Aunt Rosa remained behind, cleaning the coffee cups everyone had been drinking out of. Kirei-san and the others had offered to help, but Rosa had refused and was washing them all alone. Since I'd just been treated to such delicious coffee, I decided to help too. Oh, the butler stayed. I wasn't just doing it because I felt obligated. I wanted to keep discussing the epitaph with someone. Oh, now with Rosa.
第一の番。第一の番。ローザおばさんはなんか思いつく文字列とか言葉あるっすか？
さあ。
But yeah, the words or quadrillion, I think. Not quadrillion itself, but I think it was in the chapel, right? Yeah, it was in front of that when it was first mentioned, so you probably need to find that area first. Probably.
私には全然。でも第一の番じゃなくて第10の番はちょっと気になったかしら。
Like Butter said, he was reading it, but it was in English, and he said he had bad English. That's why he couldn't read it fully.
第10の番？何ですか？
うん。黄金鏡って単語何度も出てくるでしょ？
出てきますね。
なぜか第10の番だけ旅は終わり黄金の鏡、いえ里ね、黄金の里へ至るだろうって書かれているの。どうしてここだけ黄金の里と書かれているのか気になってね。
本当だ。確かに。他はみんな黄金鏡って書かれてるのに。
That line should have been a key part of the riddle, where you wouldn't expect the writer to waste words needlessly. Could it have been done for some special purpose?
しかしバトラ君とあのエリカちゃんって子はすごいわね。発想が本当に柔らかい。私なんかはもうおばさんだから頭が全然回転しないのよ。今日の鍵の選び師6人は6文字を間引けという意味だという推理は見事だったわ。 そう聞かされちゃったらもうそうにしか思えないけれど、それまでは全然そうだと思わなかったものね。自分の頭の硬さが嫌になるわ。
そんなことないっすよ。ローズおばさんだって頭十分柔らかいっすよ。その黄金の里って発見は何かの鍵になるかもしれないじゃないっすか。
This last time thing might be really important somewhere down the line.
とんでもない。カチカチよ。私なんてついこの間までは第一の番というのは黄金鏡までの道中の10分の1の場所だとか思ってたんだから。
But the thing is, Rosa did solve it though, right? She was just a little bit late than Ava, but she did solve it. Or maybe she just followed Ava. I don't know. I mean, she said she could have solved it, right? But in reality, maybe she just followed Ava.
なんすかそれ。面白そうだから聞かせてくれませんか。
だって第一の番の前の行に黄金鏡へ旅立つべしって書いてあるでしょ。そして10日をかけて旅をするわけだから、これはその旅の途中のお話なんだろうと思ったの。
Is it even here though? The thing is, they removed it here, so we cannot see it again. The witch's epitaph, I mean.
旅。確かに。
So I think what they're saying here is you need to go to that area first, where the golden land is, right? So technically, I think it's in the chapel. Not technically in the chapel, but it's probably close there. That's why that is the place where Butler mentioned the probability of 1 to quadrillion, right? So you need to go there and need to get that word first, and then you travel 10 days, I guess. Yeah, pretty much you're gonna solve it afterwards. Now you got that door, now you're gonna have to find the key and then solve it.
それで旅を始めて最初の一晩目のキャンプで6人を生贄に捧げて。ならその場所ってどこだろう。スタート地点から何キロ目なんてね。内緒よ。おばさんバカだから黄金の里のことずっと黄金の京って読んじゃってて。
Yo Sato, yeah, this is what I was saying, kanji, man. If you don't understand this, I guess you cannot solve it.
ほら、京って言うと京都みたいでしょ。
Kyoto?
だからお父様の故郷から京都までの旅路の最初の10分の1の地点に何か秘密が隠されてるんじゃないかって思って。
I mean, 10-day trip. It's literally everywhere and anywhere.
いや、めちゃくちゃ斬新っすよ。その発10日をかけての旅の最初の一番目の場所。
Dude, if, for example, we needed to go to a town a couple... Yeah, let's say... how many towns over? But yeah, let's say we just walk there. It would take 10 days. But if you use a car, it might just take 1 day. I don't know.
そこの地名が鍵か。
それを知るにはスタート地点とゴール地点がわからないとね。
Yeah, you need to know the start point.
スタート地点は分かってるの。お父様が懐かしむ故郷は分かってる。お父様は少年時代をとても遠方で過ごされたのよね。
And then what is that start point then?
でも問題はゴールの黄金鏡ね。一体どこのことなのかしら。それが分からなきゃ私の説もさっぱり。長いことここで行き詰まってたんだけど、今日のバトラ君たちの推理を聞いてて、やっぱり私の恥ずかしい勘違いだったんだわって思い知ったわ。
いや、それはそれできっと面白い発想だと思います。スタートとゴール、10日間の旅、その最初の一番目の到達点。
案外バトラ君ならポロッと解けちゃったりしてね。もしおばさんのヒントで解けたなら1割の半分でもいいから分けっこしてね。
Even 5% would be great.
約束よ。
Really? Really though? Really? Dude, imagine that. If they solve it, let's say all of them solved it at the same time, would they even agree for 5%? Would they? Right? I don't think they would agree to 5% only. They would probably want at least equal, let's say equal share. If they solved it, if let's say if all the adults solve it at the same time, they would want an equal share. They don't it doesn't matter anymore, right? They would want an equal share. She just saved 5%. Come on. Despite being my aunt, she gave me a smile and a wink, which would have made a man's heart jump. As I helped her wash the coffee cups, I kept pondering the epitaph's riddle in silence. Like, especially for example, Kraus. No, for Kraus, I'd probably think, or most likely he would just say that this is mine, or he would get the biggest share, right? Yes, because he's gonna say he's the older one, and then he's the successor, right? He was a successor. But for the other ones, let's say, for example, for Ava, for Rudolph, they'd probably say, now we want an equal share instead, because we found it at the same time, right? That would be very interesting. Yeah, that would be very interesting to see. After I finished helping Aunt Rosa, I passed through the car door on my way to the bathroom, and saw Erica unlocking the door to a room on my path.
あんたの部屋は2階じゃなかったか？てっきり上に上がって、もう部屋で休んでるのかと思ってたぜ。
ちょっと探し物をしてまして、ここにならあるのではないかと思いまして。
探し物？
The library? Is that it? Erica unlocked the door and opened it. A dusty smell drifted out. Yeah, the library here. It was the library. For a library, the gaps between bookshelves were extremely small. This was obviously built for storing books, but not reading them.
探し物ってのは本なのか？
本と言いますか、まあ、資料です。どうしてもしたい調べ物がありまして。
碑文の謎に関する探し物か？まだ諦めてなかったとは殊勝なこったな。200億の黄金は魅力か？
I hadn't given up either. Apparently being stubborn is something we both share.
まさか、私にとって興味があるのは謎解きだけ。黄金を求めるのは推理が正しかったことの証明が欲しいからだけです。仮に見つけても猫パパなんてしませんのでご安心を。
She immediately cast my comment aside, saying that she just liked solving riddles and had no interest at all in the gold. I thought she was pretty weird from the start, and it looks like that impression was spot on. Erica slowly circled the bookshelves, searching for the book she was after.
碑文の謎解きなら俺もまだ挑戦中だぜ。ああ、そうそう。さっきローザおばさんに第一の番のヒントになるかもしれない面白い話を聞いたぜ。
How do you even know what kind of book you're gonna be looking for here?
伺います。
Erica asked this without stopping her search or even turning to face me.
第一の番にの前の行に鍵を手にせし者は以下に従いうんぬんってのがあったろ。
鍵を手にせし者は以下に従いて黄金郷へ旅立つべし。
ふう、もう暗記したのかよ。さすがだな。
それがどうかしたんですか？
はあ、黄金郷へ旅立つべしだろ。ローザおばさんは第10の番、すなわち10日をかけて懐かしき故郷から黄金郷へ向けて旅に出るということを連想したらしい。
実はそれは私も気づいてました。10日かかる旅路の1日目にたどり着く場所、そこから生贄を捧げる。
ああ、ローザおばさんもまさにそれを想像した。面白い推理だと俺も思う。10日の旅の初日にたどり着く場所、その土地もしくは地名が鍵になるんじゃねえかってな。
地名が鍵になるのではないかという推測は私もしています。だから資料が見たいんです。
Did she say? Okay. Else the name of the region might be the key.
推測を確信に変えるために。
あんた、探し物は何なんだ？
Then Erica's hand suddenly stopped and she slowly pulled it out. As she dusted it off, she finally looked at me and spoke.
地図帳です。
An atlas. Then suddenly it ends. Okay. Dude, don't tell me they're not gonna tell us what the solution is.
なんとか1日目をしのぎましたね。
Okay, we've moved to Natsuhi here. Let's take a break for now, but yeah. I wonder, maybe they're just giving us hints for now again, and then maybe it's gonna be solved. Maybe it's probably gonna be solved this episode. What I mean is what the actual answer is. They're probably not say the actual answer in this episode still. They're just gonna give us more hints. But it's more or less probably gonna be solved by Erica here. I don't know when. Yeah, maybe next time it's gonna be solved. But yeah, this is kind of hard, man. I want to know, what is the hometown? What is the hometown? That is what we need. If we can find that, it could be much more easier to find, right? The hometown. But it's technically not the hometown. It's the clue on where to look for, right? But yeah, we don't have it though. But let's see what happens. This is gonna be a very mysterious or curious episode 5. Let's say Erica and Butler solves this, right? What happens then? Right? If they find the gold, what happens then? I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah. I want to see the reactions of the other people, especially the adults, if it gets solved, right? I want to see how they are. How are they gonna treat Erica, or how are they gonna treat Butler, or whatever. I can't wait to see that. So anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko When They Cry, episode 5 in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.